truth that you are a slave. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison for your mind.
Greetings. Today I want to speak to you concerning how Abdullah, the black mystic from Ethiopia, would have taught Neville Goddard that the belief in Jesus is actually idolatry. And idolatry will always keep you in limitation. It will always keep you in mediocrity, poverty, and mental slavery. Therefore, when you're in idolatry, you'll be kept bound under economic slavery. And that is what is happening right now, especially among people who looks just like me, because they're the ones who have gravitated mostly to such an idiotic story whereby their slave master would have given them a picture of himself to worship as God and make them believe that their slave master is their Lord and their Savior and their master. But all of this would have taken place because of the lack of polarity. Therefore, there are those who have stolen your identity by giving you idolatry. And the reason why I think it's very important for me to highlight this topic of idolatry is because around this time, they want to keep the masses busy when there is a shift taking place and a portal is open whereby the sun, as in the S-U-N, is in a certain alignment. And so they gave the world a S-O-N to believe in and make them believe that around this time a woman was pregnant with a baby and she gave birth to this baby from down below. And so they make the world believe that Jesus, a S-O-N, is the light of the world, when the sun, as in the S-U-N, is actually the light of the world. And no S-O-N can exist unless there first be the S-U-N. So Abdullah wanted to teach Neville how a people would be able to break this idolatry by looking inwardly and discover the science of the sun, the science of the light. And this science of the sun is more prevalent where there is melanin. And when I say melanin, where one has a lot of melanin, because it's like a fluid that you use for the final frontier of transportation, which is translation, that will take you into a magical land. So my brother and my sisters, just as you would need a certain fluid to put in a vehicle or a plane or a jet or a space shuttle, so too there's a certain fluid that is within you that must be activated to take you into some spiritual trips, some spiritual journeys that will take you into a magical land. So this whole thing about teaching a people to believe in an idol and to bow down to an idol and to keep them in idolatry, it is to keep them from discovering that power that is within themselves. So most people have been kept trapped in this realm of illusion. And that is why around this time you have people like Bill Gates is pushing out his program and his agenda through vaccination. And Elon Musk is pushing out his agenda trying to capture the final frontier of transportation through science and technology. But there is another science that is taking place inwardly. I'm waiting for the wind to just calm down a little and then I'm going to continue. So this science that is taking place inwardly is what Abdullah wanted to express to the rest of humanity. So when Neville had his desire to travel and he had no work and he had no money, Abdullah taught Neville how imagination what creates reality and how everything is energy, vibration and frequency. Now, if everything is energy, vibration and frequency, then the greatest technology must always be done and would always take place inwardly. So my brothers and my sisters, your power is not when you use your imagination and you get the material things to help you to ease the blows on this planet. No, the real power is when you realize that you are powerful and that you came here by a choice that you took, but you forget. And there must come a time of remembrance. And when you remember, that's when you would know that you have been kept in idolatry. And those who have been keeping you in idolatry is because they want you to be kept in mental slavery. Because you have something more abundantly than them. So my brothers, my sisters, do not try to fight this battle with money. Do not try to fight this battle with bombs and guns. And do not be fearful of what can be done to you. You must never be fearful of death or poverty. Because there's a magical land that can be accessed if you really look deeply, inwardly. So, my brothers, my sisters, this whole Jesus and Mary story is the biggest lie that has ever been fed to humanity when it's been interpreted to you as if it is literal and as if it is secular history. And that is why Abdullah had to teach Neville the mystery, so that many of us would wake up to realize that our real identity is our divinity. We are divine beings. So do not get caught up with words. Do not get caught up with the language barrier, because a weapon of language have been used. And that is why many self-help writers and self-development writers, I'm waiting for the wind to calm down again. Yes, so as I was saying, many of the self-help writers and self-development writers and law of attraction teachers and so on, many of them are failing to tell you that these principles that they're speaking about from the many different angles, they're all encoded in the Bible. They're all right there. Because the reason why the language have to be used, it is because of stolen identity. But my brothers, my sisters, I'm saying to you, start to look inwardly. And do not get caught up in any race game. Do not get caught up with what they want you to believe. Do not believe that there's such a thing as an algorithm that is directing the things that have been done on social media. That in itself has its own agenda. That is why you see messages like these do not have millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of views. but pranks and all the foolishness that people like me, or people who looks like me, the things that they do, it go viral. It's an agenda. But my brother, my sisters, I'm saying to you, it's time enough to get rid of all idolatry and look inwardly. Because I'm saying to you, there's a magical land. And that's why they want to get to Mars. But I'm saying to you, in seconds, you can access that magical land. I'm saying also to you, Atlantis is not below the ocean. You got to go within to find Atlantis, that magical land. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I don't think I want to go any further. I'm going to come to a close here because as I said before, that my cameraman is not really feeling well today. But I really wanted to just, do this video for you. So I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me and what I'm saying, it makes sense to you and it really resonates with you. If you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encouraged to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you would like to follow me on Instagram or on TikTok, you can follow me at Black Mad Guru. And if you'd like to support this work, there's always a PayPal link down below. Feel free to check it out. Also, if you want to be a part of my Patreon community, you're most welcome. And I want to just remind you that I have a course that is called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. So if you feel strong enough to check it out, it's for people who are donating $20 or more. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, out.